Yo, it's your boy Derek, the Dopest Detailer, coming at you today with another episode of the Dopest Detailer. Today's episode, I'm going to talk about renting space in the wintertime to keep your business going. Now, this video right here is more so for my guys that are on the East Coast, guys in Jersey and New York and Delaware and DC and Virginia, probably even North Carolina, South Carolina, but it's usually mild down there in the wintertime. I'm talking about the spots that usually have the hardest winters. I know a lot of guys that do mobile, it's hard in the wintertime to continue to work, so it's not like they can go all year round because the winters are so hard. So what do they have to do for, a couple months out of the year? What do? Most guys are just sitting, they're not doing anything, so now they gotta go out and brave the elements and still work. I mean, you still have to live, and yes, of course, you wanna save your money throughout the summer months while you're working, so that when the winter months come, you don't have to, stress so hard or go get another job or start selling your business. I see a lot of business go under in the wintertime because of this. My suggestion is to go out and get yourself a little garage. If you don't want to have, there are deals out there, so you can go out and find yourself a little garage to rent during the winter months. And if you're lucky enough, you can find a spot that you can sign a lease on and rent for a long period of time and just have that as your backup spot when you're not doing mobile. Something that you can bring your ceramic coatings into, your full details into. It's good to just have a spot. And I know a lot of guys don't want to get into big buildings where it's going to cost them $3,000, $4,000 a month. You don't have to do that. You can actually find some deals out there if you go on Craigslist and just look. Start looking now during, August, September, don't wait until November or the end of October or December to start actually looking for a place where you can rent. You want to start doing that way before it's time for the winter months to kick in. So doing that right now, as far as, looking now, going on your Craigslist and going on your OfferUp and finding out there's garages out there that's available. People are giving up crazy deals. I was lucky enough to find a deal on Craigslist that was not only within my price range, it also is commercial. It's a little spot. I work by myself, so it's ideal for what it is that I do. So I was able to find me a spot that was fairly cheap in a good location, and on top of that, it's zone commercial. The landlord is actually fine with me running my business out of this garage. It's a 2-bay garage, 600 square feet. It's just me by myself. Has an upstairs loft where I can store stuff at. It's more than enough room in there for me to bring a large SUV, full-size car, bring it in and get my details in. So now during my winter months, I can keep going. I can schedule my details, I can schedule my ceramic coatings. Obviously I can't get a monster truck in there, and that's fine because I barely do those anyway. So I have the space to accommodate what it is that I do. It's a commercial space, so I can actually put signage out here. And the price that I got this for was crazy. But again, it came from research. Also, to my new detailers, I can't stress this enough, man. You don't have to go out and spend a ton of money and get these real big, ridiculous shops that are way over your head. Listen, find something that's comfortable for you, something that's within your budget, something that's gonna allow you to be comfortable where you're not working for the business, but you're making the business work for you. Don't worry about trying to compete with other people in their shops and all this stuff that they got going on. I mean, that's how people get caught up. I've had shops before and I've gotten caught up in the mix myself a long time ago. I've been doing this for 20 plus years, so I've seen them come, I've seen them go. So, at the end of the day, you don't want to get caught up in the whole trying to compete and I need to get a shop, I need to have 5 bays, I need to have surround sound, I need to have glass offices where I can see the cars. And man, look, you just detailing. And yes, I do understand that, presentation is key. You want to have a nice presentation. By the time I'm done with the inside of this little thing right here, you're not going to believe it. It came from actually looking right now, finding a spot, meeting with the landlord, negotiating a deal, and getting it. It's real simple. So like I said, don't wait until the last minute to do this, because what's going to happen is by the time you actually do it, all of the good spots are going to be gone. And there are spots available in your area. You just have to look. And it might not be in your particular neighborhood. Look, wherever you're at, your clients are going to come to you. Your work will speak for itself. So, you can get clients to drop cars off to you if it's 40 degrees outside. If it's 30-something degrees outside, you can still go to work. when you're mobile detailing, like, I'm from the old school, so I used to go out and detail until the water would freeze on the car. That was the only thing that was stopping me from working. But that was a different time, that was a different day for me. I don't do that anymore, but I did that when I first started. You don't have to do that. If you want to do that, all right, cool, but you don't have to do that. You can actually find yourself a little space in your area, and you'll be surprised. There's really some hidden gems out there. There's some hidden gems out there. You just gotta look. Take your time, go on Craigslist, go on OfferUp, and find you something that makes sense for you, rent it, and keep going. Keep going all year round, all year round. And you wanna actually find a spot that you can advertise. So now the building will pay for itself just because of your ability to advertise. So if you can find a little commercial spot, little commercial garage that you can work out of, and you can also advertise, that's golden. That's golden. You want to be able to advertise so that you don't have to work extra hard to pay that rent. It'll pay for itself because of its advertisement power. So that's my message to detailers, mostly on the East Coast, the Northeast corridor of the East Coast. Start looking in the little spots, man. You never know what you can find. I mean, you don't know until you try. You got to go out and you got to look. You got to put yourself in a position to always strike gold when you go looking. I'm an optimistic person, so I always believe that I'm going to get what I want. So when I saw this on Craigslist, I knew automatically that it was going to be mine. Nothing in my mind told me that it wasn't going to be for me. I'd already told myself, I'd already prepared myself. I spoke to the universe and told them this is going to be mine. I came out, spoke to the landlord, did what I needed to do, and boom, it's mine. I'm ready to do business. So, be an optimist. Don't be a pessimist. Don't start worrying about whether I can get it. Is my credit good enough? Is the landlord going to work with me? No. Go look. You got to do the first things first is start looking. You need to start looking now. I literally found this place last week. Open up Craigslist, it was right there, and it's perfect. It's not in my neighborhood, but then again, what is my neighborhood? I do cars in this neighborhood. It's a beautiful neighborhood, it's quiet, I'm right off of a main street. So, wherever you're at, you make it work. So whether, you think about all of the areas that you go and you service, and I guarantee you there's something there for you. You find yourself a spot there, boom, you open up shop there, you start to put your information out there. So now you are double trouble, as I would call it. You can advertise as mobile, or you can advertise as drop off. Nothing's better than that. So again, this is your boy Derek, the Dopest Detailer, coming at you from my new location, my winter location, where I'll be doing my ceramic coatings, my full details. I can get them in comfortably. I can be in here working on them all day long. So now I don't have to sit out on those cold winter days when I can't go out and work, and I don't have to go out and work on those days that I don't want to go out and work. It's just going to be too cold. So you want to start to prepare yourself for that as soon as possible. Anything that I said to you in this video is helpful. Please like, share, comment, and most importantly, subscribe. Please tell a friend, share it with a friend, and tell other detailers about what it is that I do. Again, this is Derek, the Dopest Detailer, coming at you today. I'm out. Peace.